Okay guys, Carson said that some of you guys might need some pointers since it's your first year playing fantasy football, so I wrote out a few. We're going to start off with the first one. This is really important during draft week. Be careful of bye weeks. This is really important because when you're drafting on the far right side, it's going to say a number, and that's the bye week. A lot of times it's a rookie mistake because you'll get all these good guys and all their bye week is the same time. So 1 week could mess up your whole season. The next one is draft the best player available. Fill your roster. Basically this is, I mean it seems obvious, but basically instead of going quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and defense and picking up the kicker and everything, you need to get get 3 really good running backs and 2 good quarterbacks before you even move on to the next position. Also wide receiver. So don't worry about all the rest till later. Okay. This is one that I definitely had trouble with. Don't worry about your hometown favorites. Don't draft them early. So basically this was a big one for me my rookie year playing fantasy football. I'm a huge Cowboys fan, so I drafted like Tony Romo, Jason Witten, DeMarcus Ware. Well, same thing. The whole bye week issue, and also, you know what, if the Cowboys aren't good, then, I mean, I didn't do so well because they didn't do that good that season. So if you're from Dallas like me, or you're from anywhere where you're a huge NFL fan, this is not the place to choose all your hometown favorites. Okay. Do be aware of injuries and suspensions. This is a big one during the year, and I'm going to show y'all on the computer in a little bit. But basically, before each game, you really got to check your roster and make sure everyone's okay. This definitely will sneak up on you if you're not paying attention during the week. But, I mean, it's okay. You don't need to be watching every game. You just need to look on the computer on your phone. This is kind of what we talked about before. Don't draft a kicker in the last round. I'm just helping you guys and telling y'all again, because a big thing about the kicker is you can't predict how good they're going to be. That's the one position that really, with fantasy football, it's a tough one. So wait till the last round. Okay, number 6, we kind of talked about this a little bit, but another reminder, games start Thursday, so be aware. I had a huge issue with this last year. It completely ruined my fantasy football season. I went away for the LSU game with a bunch of my friends, and I totally forgot to change my quarterback and everything before then, and it was their bye week, and a couple guys were hurt. It screwed up my whole season. So I would say Wednesday, go ahead and set out your roster for the whole week, the next week. Number 7. Have fun and roll tide since this is an Alabama league. Okay, now let's move on to where I'm going to show you how to do everything on the computer. Okay, next, my team. This is really important. This tab is going to be your very best friend, or if you're on your phone, that'll be your best friend too. It's basically the same on the phone. So here you go. You can see this is my roster, all the guys I drafted. Right here, the P. That means that he's probable. If there's any type of red letter next to it, sometimes it'll say like O for out, P for probable, and then you can click on this right here and I'll tell you what's wrong with him, and like it says Miles Austin has a hamstring, was limited in practice Friday, so obviously I wouldn't play him. But basically the important things you need to know about this are moving players. So say I had Miles Austin at wide receiver. Then the way for me to move him onto the bench would be I would just click move, and I guess I'm going to put Miles Austin in. Okay, so Miles Austin is here. I'm going to move him onto the bench because he's hurt. Move. And he's on the bench. Awesome. Okay, now another big thing to look at here is, like we talked about earlier, the bye week. So just make sure when you're looking at all this that there's no bye week. Obviously there's none for these guys. A cool thing to look at is right here. You can see what their opponent's ranking is. So that's really important, because I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, Matthew Stafford, obviously I'm not going to play him because it's Detroit. and their opponent is ranked 7th. So he's probably not going to do that well. But Aaron Rodgers, returning Super Bowl champion, so I mean, his opponent's ranked 2nd. I'm not really concerned. Obviously, they won that game. And when it's green, obviously those are really bad teams, so I would definitely play those players because they'll probably get more points. This is also their projected points for the game. So that's really, really helpful. This is the time the games are. If you want to watch it, you don't really need to. Sometimes it's fun to like walk in on a game, say to your friends, hey, how'd Miles Austin do? How many touchdowns? How many yards? And then just to get an update on your team. Next, we're going to players. These are all the free agents. So say one week, I only drafted one kicker. So say one week it's his bye week. I will basically cut him for that week and I'll pick up a free agent. So there's a bunch of kickers over here, as you can see. You just click that green dot add, and you can do that for any of these positions. There's a lot of good guys out here. A lot of times, Donovan McNabb. See, his starting quarterback wasn't drafted. John Kitna, he was great last year when he was playing as backup. Yeah, so this can be really helpful, the free agents. You can also select it by position. Okay, next is standings. This is really helpful because you can click on, you can see how well your team is doing. Obviously, this weekend all the games haven't been played yet, but it bolds where I am within all the people in my league. So in the East, even though no games have been played yet, it's saying I'm 3rd, and then basically it's very helpful. Okay, scoreboard. This is another important one. Scoreboard. So this week, I am playing Team Hales. My friend John in the other league I'm in. Basically, every week you're going to play someone on our fantasy football league. So it's like team against team. So this week, obviously, I'm beating him 35-1. Thank you, Aaron Rodgers. So far. And basically, that's going to count as a win for me. So it's really important that you win these games. So this is important because it tells you who's playing who that week. And a lot of times it's pretty fun because you'll like text your friend, hey, John, I'm beating you. What's up now? It's kind of a fun way to mess around with your friends and stuff. Okay, good luck, guys.